really no way to kill yeast and candida
Well,
quickly.
you have to understand what you have.
Yeah.
If you have mild symptoms and it's only in your digestive tract, it's easy. You do the basics on the diet for 6 weeks, it's gone. And you just keep a little bit of this fed in your system in the fridge. Even if you do eat a little sugar here and there, it really doesn't come back. Now, if you took antibiotics on and off for 10 years like I did, and it gets in the gut and it stays there and you live with it, you don't know, and then it starts getting systemic, but you're low and you're strong and you keep going, you're conquering your life, and you're living with all these symptoms that they're small and you don't realize it, and you social drink a bit, which I did back in those days. The social drinking with the antibiotics together and eating sugar, that was the biggest no-no. Eventually the yeast starts to get systemic, but it doesn't do it overnight. So it's very obvious to you what's happening, so you know what to do about it. It's not like that. It does it slow. It sneaks up on you. First you just notice that maybe in a year or two period, you notice that you just don't have the urge to exercise the same. And then maybe you notice your eyesight changes a little bit at distances, or up close for reading, depends on the person. And you're like, oh, my eyes are changing. Oh, maybe I'm getting a little older. And then the next year you start noticing a little more allergies, or maybe you just get an anal itch, or you get a yeast infection a little more often than you should, or a sinus infection or something, or a UTI. But you think, well, that's normal. People get them, and I take something for that. But it comes back. It seems to recur, or a strep throat thing. And then you start noticing random bouts of a little diarrhea or constipation for no rhyme or reason, and you're wondering, oh, I must have ate something. I must have ate something weird, And then you start noticing that it takes me longer to do everything during the day. I just sleep in longer. I get going. I'm slow. I have a slight fog at times, or a numbness. When you start getting to the brain fog stage, you're living with systemic candida. There's billions of yeast everywhere in your body 24/7. And you're a fungal farm. You're carrying it. You're walking with it. And their consciousness is affecting you. So you start noticing that you get low-grade depression. There's like a spark inside you that's you, and it knows you can achieve everything you want to achieve. But you feel like you're swarmed around with this mass of despondent, kind of at a loss sort of negativity, where you're just in a complete funk. And you're not inspired, you're not happy, you're sort of depressed, you don't know what to do. A lot of times people, they'll turn to the sugar as their relationship. They'll get their ice cream or their little candy, their ice cream sandwiches at Vaughn's after work, sit on the TV, and they'll have their little, because when they feed the yeast, it's like a little love affair. It's like a little drug addiction, And they think it's just a treat, and I'm just sad. I'm just in a funk. I'm not really inspired right now, so I just want to eat that sugar. It makes me feel good. But they don't understand that. No. This is yeast. You have major imbalances happening, and it's just starting to go. And it takes a trained person like Randall or me or Donna, who really knows the system, to ask that person questions, talk to them, and go, okay, listen to me, this is what's going on. You have all the red flags, all the key symptoms. I dare you to try to stop eating sugar and see what happens. Now, if they just try to do this diet cold turkey without the bacteria, without the colonics, without some of the other health supplements we use, and if it's systemic, you got to the fog stage, you've been living with it for years, they're in for it. It's a shocker. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be one of the hardest things they've ever done in their life, to try to continue phase 1 over, and even to make it 6 weeks without binging or messing up once. They're going to get emotional. They're going to feel like all this tug of war going inside them. They want to eat those foods, but they want to follow the diet. And it's way better if you get the education. You read the book a few times. You do a consult with Donna. You learn, have an armed approach, okay? Because if you get prepared, and then on your marks, get set, go. The day you start the diet, you hit it at 4 angles at once. You start on colon hydrotherapy. You get a series, a 6-pack, 1 a week. You get on this drink, and you start putting your probiotics in it a couple times a week, a high dose. And you drink as much of this as you can. Minimum 1 bottle a week, 4 ounces a day, but that's really not enough. You really need 2 bottles a week. You need like 8 ounces a day. And that's still on the low end. It'd be better to do 3 bottles a week, so you can consume like 12 ounces a day.
Is there any good truth to having it like first thing in the morning and last thing before you go to bed, so that it's the first thing in the gut and the last thing in the gut?
When I started it, I followed Donna's instructions with the kefir and the 4 ounces first thing in the morning, 4 ounces after each meal, and 4 ounces before you go to bed at night. Because the microflora help reproduce in your sleep. And that worked great, but really, everyone's got different routine and programs, and from my experience, you just have to drink it. You can drink a half a glass with food, you can drink it by itself, you can drink more. Just don't drink too much too late in the day, because it's liquid. you're gonna have to urinate. But the yeast grains are energizing. They
What?
sort of that's why page 96 in here. I get people that come to the bar. They don't know anything about kefir. I ask them, just read page 96. Because what does it say? Oh, completely eliminates sugar cravings. It stops allergies, gets rid of digestion, it flattens the abdomen, tones the colon. Women that lose their cycle, starts to cleanse the endocrine, pituitary, thyroid glands, start to return their cycle, improves your skin, the minerals, improves your hair, like everything that people want in the 6 or 7 bullet points on page 96. And they're like, oh my god. And then they drink it,